So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with the grouping. Right now I'm grouping based on a concept or on a group type called brand. I'm looking at some beer data in this case. So I've got a couple of different brands here. I've got an IPA and a stout. This brand could also be like a product family of powders, spray dry, liquids, whatever. Basically think in terms of groups of products. You could also look at allergens and some other items like that. These brands are actually identified down at the component level. So what I mean by that is, let me just drill into this batch ticket, for example, and I'll go directly to the item itself. So in this, I can go directly to my item, and my brand is actually an attribute. So I can establish an attribute that I want to use to identify my brand, and I happen to have a value set built out here, IPA Stout Lager. The idea behind this is you can define an attribute to be one of the grouping criteria. What you'll learn is the only real configuration setting for this screen is under Application, Production Planning, Setup, and specifically you can select the planning attribute that you want to use. This list will show us any value set attribute that you have listed out there, and you can go pick it. In this case, I've already picked brand as the attribute that I use to define how this item is grouped within this screen. That gives you the ability to define a user-defined group. I'm using this as a brand in my beer database. Other people might use it for allergen disclosure, or they might use it for product types, things like that. So just know that that's out there, that's definable by you. You also have the ability to look at by resource. So resource is a piece of equipment. So process cell, for example. So in this case, I'm looking at the resource, which would be either the fill unit or the process cell, and I'm able to go and see products that are being made in those pieces of equipment. These are fermentation vessels in the beer side. In non-beer chemical, these could be individual vessels, mixing tanks, it could be production rooms, etc. So these are scheduling resources that I'm looking for. Now I can move items from resource to resource also. So all I need to do is highlight the record that I want to move. So if I want to move this one down to here, there's actually a little checkbox over here, a little box that I can go and drag and drop it and go take it to the actual resource that I'm interested in seeing. Know that none of these changes are made until I commit the changes. So commit changes, think of it as like a save. So I'm able to take that and save that and or refresh without saving, and it brings me back to my starting place.